Hello, welcome to the Energy Dynamic Model Academy. My name is Jennifer Foster and I'm an artist, and I have spent over 30 years designing learning resources which are mainly sculptures and pieces of paper and material to help you understand yourself. Living in this digital age is a real challenge, and what we have to do today is to teach our young people and indeed ourselves how to really understand and remember how to feel good inside ourselves so we can carry along with our lives feeling resilient, feeling strong, feeling at peace while everything else goes on around us. In order to do this, we need to connect to what I call your feel energy, your inside energy. You need to start to get energy from within. Now, I've designed this training pack to help you do this. It is ideal for parents and young people to start up those conversations. But it's also ideal for people out there who are adults but interested in self-development. One reason why this training pack, this training kit, is so important and so different is because we're using all the senses to engage with how we actually truly work from a magical point of view, really, from a way that's deeper than psychology, and it's more intuitive and more organic and more natural to human beings to understand how they work this way. Now, this is because I'm not going to go on and on about talking and all that sort of thing. I'm going to show you this training kit, and as I show you this training kit, and as you start to be familiar with what we're doing, what happens is your brain starts to engage with what you're doing. And because of the way we are built as human beings, the symbols and the actual physical things help us to absorb the information that I am teaching. Once you absorb this information that I am teaching, what will happen is you will start to become more aware of different things. Your focus will change, and once your focus changes, everything starts to change. Okay, so it's really good at helping you become resistant, calm, at peace, clear mind, and because of all that, we start to make better decisions and to start to become more creative. And it's excellent for, as I said, young people and leadership self-development. So let me start. It begins, everything I'm going to show you now in this training kit has been carefully curated, and it's taken me a very long time to get it right, but it really is right. Everything I'm going to show you feeds in to the whole experience of this training kit. It begins with a bag. Now, this isn't just any bag. These are bags made by a lady that we sponsor that lives in Kenya, that's setting up her own business, so she's going to become sustainable, self-sustainable, and she's going to be able to create a better life for herself and her child, and hopefully the community around them. So she makes us these bags, and we've got lots of different bags. Here's another one. So it's handmade, and is directly going towards someone to develop a community and themselves. So in this bag is the kit, is the bits and bobs. We have instructions in the bag that I'll talk to you about in a minute. And we have a few little bits and bobs. So this is the first one I'll show you. This is called the Whom circle. Now, this circle represents your awareness. All right, for now we're going to put it down here. What else do we have in the bag? We have an A4 sheet which looks like this, and these are cards that we're going to cut out in a minute, but I'll put them down for now. The last thing in the bag is a wooden stick. Now, the wooden stick is where we begin. This wooden stick represents who you are. Now, most people are a blank stick, and because they're a blank stick and they don't know who they are, they wobble around. Okay? Now, we need to know who we are, because the who we are stick measures how we feel in a situation. So we want to feel good in situations because that's how we start to build up good feelings and resilience. Okay? So how do we know who we are? So instead of wobbling around and realizing that we are nothing, no thing, there is no thing, we need to look for reassurance in other places, which is why we get quite addicted to being online, drugs, other people, our job, money, and our status, because that gives us a sense of something. Yeah, because if we are nothing, wobbling around, it's quite frightening for the person. So they need to find something to make them not be a nothing. Okay. However, if we start to understand who we are, here we go, we become aware of different elements of who we are. This is the human element. This is the star is our talent, what we're naturally good at element. The smiley face is what we like. The question mark is how we learn, what we need, how we learn. The exclamation mark is our knowledge. We need to show our knowledge. And that little tiny cloud there represents the mind, which is another story. Talk about that later. That needs to be clear. Right, so we now know who we are. And because we are aware of who we are, we put this in the who I am space. And as you will realise now, we don't need anything to feel secure because we are secure, because we know who we are and we are secure. So that's the first part. There's a little bit more to that, but it's in the instructions, okay? So this is our mini sculpture that because we can see and touch, this is who we are, this is our awareness, this is how it all goes together. Our brain is liking this because we can understand it, because it's physical and we're experiencing it, okay? It shows the previously unknown as a physical thing. Very helpful. Okay, so I'm going to put that here. So the next step is the cards. So the cards represent parts of who you are. So as you can see, the stick man is on 4 of the cards, and then the star here is there, and then the smiley face, there's 2 cards for the smiley face, and then there's 1 exclamation mark, 1 question mark, and the clear mind. So what we then do is we cut the cards out, and we use the instructions here as well. So we cut the cards out, and on the second page, step 2 of the instructions, we have some questions there that we can ask ourselves, or if we're at home with our parents, or if we're with our child, our young person, we can ask the young person. And we cut the cards out and we discuss what the cards say. Now once they're cut out, I shall show you. Once they're cut out, here we go. That's that one cut out. This is this one cut out. Once they're cut out and we've discussed the questions there, you can draw on the cards what that means to you. And once you draw on the cards what that looks like to you, on the other side of the card shows the feeling that you create when you do that activity. So for example, this one here, how do you care? How do you care? How do I show I care? Well, for me, I look after my parents' dog. Okay, so when I look after my parents' dog, I create a feeling for me of care. This one here, what do you love? I can write on the card, what do I love? Well, I love my parents, I love my children, I love my friends, I will name them there. What feeling do I get when I'm with them? I get a feeling of love. And this is the same for all the elements of who you are. Here you are, this one, this is the star on the stick self. This is your talent, what you're really naturally good at. What helps you do what you're good at? What helps me do what I'm good at? Well, what helped me, say I'm good at making videos, say what helps me do that, is to make sure I've got my computer set up and the lighting's there, etc. So when I'm doing the tasks of making sure my computer's all right, making sure the lighting's all right, those tasks have meaning. All right? So it's the tasks that you need to do in order to create what's naturally good for you has meaning. And that's meaning and purpose. Purpose is what you feel when you're doing what you're naturally good at. Meaning are the tasks before that, so therefore you can fulfill your purpose. So every card here on the back has the feeling that is created when you do the action. Okay, so these then cards, once you've talked about it, you've discussed it together, may take a while because it's quite an exercise. In the bags there's a little secret pocket that you can see there where you put the cards in. So the cards go in the secret pocket in the bag. What else goes in the bag? Well, if you look at step 3, the last step on the training kit, so what we've learned so far, number 1, we've learned who we are. Number 2, we've learned that it's important to be aware of who we are, because that is the beginning of creating good feelings for us, because it helps us focus on what you feel. And this is what this little sculpture does. It's a focus. We focus on the who we are. We don't have to be a wobbly stick anymore, floating around, grasping onto things outside of ourselves to make us think we are okay. We don't need that anymore because we are secure in the knowledge that we have of ourselves. This stick measures how we feel. The cards help breaking that down into manageable chunks. The chunks of who we are create different feels. We discuss that with our parent or our carer or our teacher. We write it on the cards, and then when we've written it on the cards, we then flip the card over and we realise what feel that creates when we engage in the activity. We then put the cards in the bag. But the last step, which I love the last step, you then fill the bag with things that represent the actions that you've discovered by using the cards. Let me show you mine. Here we are. This is my bag. What's in my bag? What's in my bag is, already we know this, the whom circle, the self-awareness circle, the stick, our stick self, that's in the bag. The instructions are in the bag, and the cards are also in the bag. So what have I got in the bag that represents the actions? So for health, what do I do for health? I've got my my kickboxing license. So that's in my bag because that's what I do for my health. I've also got an old book in my bag. This is because what do I like? I like old things, I like old books. And it's a book of insects, and I like insects. And if I'm in nature looking at insects, I feel good. So this book, and what you'll find when you do this as well, this book actually covers quite a few cards once you think about it. But I actually initially put this book in the bag because I like insects and I like old books. So that's that. What else is in my bag? I've got a train ticket to London. That symbolises my friends in London, their love, my friends in London. Also belonging. I feel like I belong when I'm in London because my friends are there and we like doing similar things. So that gives me a feeling of belonging and friendship. Then I've got this as well in my bag. This was given to me by my friend. This is my safety. This is a sort of spiritual type gift that my friend gave me, which reminds me that of how I really am and how I know that this world works. So that makes me feel safe. So that's that. And then I have a few tiny things in my bag. This is a dog biscuit because it reminds me of the dog who I care for. There we are. And then I still have to collect things to put in my bag, by the way. This is no means a full bag, but this is a bracelet that my daughter gave me. This is a pen that my mother gave me. Then my mother I care for and love, my daughter I love. And there's one more, can I find it? It's tiny. One more thing here. This is a little Lego rabbit that my youngest son gave me. So basically you put things that represent the different cards, the activities, the stick self, and you put them all in the bag. So you start to actually create things that represent who you are. And when you engage with those things, that's when you start to create a good feel. And the last thing we do, which is one of the last senses we're going to engage, is we spray the bag with a smell that we really like. So we can smell the smell. We can smell the smell, we can touch the bag, we can look in the bag, we can find things that mean the world to us, literally. And inside this bag we keep our stick self safe. This represents who we are, that's safe. That's how aware we are of this. We put that in the bag. And this is the training kit. So we can look at this every day if we wish. We can take it around with us, and it reminds us and to focus on these things that makes us feel good and gives us purpose and meaning to our lives, as well as keeping us safe, healthy and well. So if you would like to order a training kit, or if you'd like to talk to me about it more, please do contact me. Text me 0790 3820 or my website is www.energydynamicmodel.com. And I also have a YouTube special channel dedicated to this. It's called the Real World Energy Young People's Training Kit. So do join that channel. I'm putting lots of videos on there, including this. And do comment, do get in touch, and let's get these training kits out there to help our young people and others who are interested in self-development really start to understand how they work. It's so simple, it's so easy, and it connects with your brain. You don't have to go through all the wordy mind stuff. It just connects with you straight away, because we are human and we are designed to engage with things, with symbols, and with stuff that we can see and touch and is real. That's how we can learn really quickly. If you would say a painting is 1,000 words, I would say that the bags and the sculptures and the cards, they are like 1,000,000 words. Okay, they're like 1,000,000 words. So who needs words when you can buy a training kit suitable for all learning styles, for all abilities and all ages? Who needs words when you've got a training kit? So check me out, www.energydynamicmodel.com. Thank you very much.